Let me get to the panic that's coming from the White House. Donald Trump actually talks to reporters, and he knew what was coming. He has had a bad choice of words in talking about why his voice was so hoarse.
I have a question about Venezuela, but can I just first ask, the health of the president's always news. Your voice sounds a little rough. Are you feeling all right?
I feel great. I was shouting at people because they were stupid about something having to do with trade in a country, and I straightened it out. But I blew my stack at these people.
Well, it sounds like there's a follow-up there, but can I ask you about Venezuela? You suggested...
Is there what?
It sounds like there's a follow-up there, but can I ask you about Venezuela?
I thought you said there was a polyp, and I said, I don't want to hear that.
It's a whole other issue.
Ew was the first word. But other than that, he was screaming at his White House staff. It was about trade. No, it wasn't, bro. Shut the fuck up. It was not about a trade deal. I was so upset about trade. No, bro, you're yelling about the news of the day. You're yelling about how the walls are closing in on you. And maybe you shouldn't have talked about blowing out your throat or whatever it is that you said you blew out in screaming about this stuff. But he's definitely pressed. And matter of fact, I have a really good example of him getting upset because people ask him about this. This might be why your throat got blowed out.
Mr. President, Representative Massey says he's concerned that the Epstein probe you are calling for could be a smokescreen to block the release of more files. Is that the case?
Well, I don't want to talk about it because fake news like you're a terrible reporter, and fake news like you, they just keep bringing that up to deflect from the tremendous success of the Trump administration. So a guy like Massey, his poll numbers are showing he's at 6% approval rating right now. And we call him Rand Paul Jr. because he never votes for the Republican Party. So they're using Jeffrey Epstein as a deflection from the tremendous success that we're having as a party.
Nothing says you're doing a good job as a reporter than Donald Trump saying that you're a terrible reporter for literally asking a very basic question about all the news that's happening, about what Thomas Massey said about what you're doing. That reporter didn't come up with that. Thomas Massey said the reality of it. And once he's cornered on what the reality is, the reasons why he wants this voted on so that then he can claim that these investigations that he just sparked are going to keep him from releasing it anyway, because all that got blown up in his face. And for some reason, the dummy didn't realize that everyone could understand that. Now she's a terrible reporter. It's because of terrible reporters like you. That's why. Bro, it doesn't make your case look any kind of way better at all. As a matter of fact, it makes it look worse.
So I'm for any. I don't. They can do whatever they want. We'll give them everything. Sure, I would. Let the Senate look at it. Let anybody look at it. But don't talk about it too much because honestly, I don't want to take it away from us. It's really a Democrat problem. The Democrats were Epstein's friends, all of them, and it's a hoax. The whole thing is a hoax. And I don't want to take it away from really the greatness of what the Republican Party has accomplished over the last period of time.
He can't even fall back on that lie. We know how bad things have been. So let me wrap up Donald Trump, because I got stuff going on with ICE that I want to get to before this hour's up. But I did want to show one more time. It's a Democrat hoax. All the Democrats were involved with him. He lists Larry Summers, Bill Clinton, and several other folks as the reasons why, and the people that were actually connected to him, and the people that you should maybe question. That is, is it a hoax or is it not a hoax? Which part is it that's a hoax? Because you said that these guys literally exist and they were involved, but I'm not sure how that's also a hoax, and you should look into it. Doesn't make much sense, does it? I know, right?
You posted on Truth Social last night. You urged House Republicans to vote in favor of this Epstein release bill they're going to vote on tomorrow. I just want to be super clear on your position. Do you want to see that pass the Senate? Would you sign that bill if it gets to your desk?
I do want to. Here's what I want. We have nothing to do with Epstein. The Democrats do. All of his friends were Democrats. You look at this Reid Hoffman, you look at Larry Summers, Bill Clinton, they went to his island all the time, and many others. They're all Democrats. All I want for people to recognize the great job that I've done on pricing, on affordability, because we brought prices way down, but they're going way lower.
Would you sign that bill if it ended up on your desk? That was the question. The answer was nothing about that. What I want. In other words, the answer is no. In other words, I'm saying all this just to say it, and I hope that you're dumb enough to believe it, and that there's not all these other nefarious backgrounds and strategies that we're trying to pull off right in front of your face, that everyone can understand how it works. But he won't sign that bill if it gets to his desk. We already know that. He's not even have to even answer for that, because they're making sure, as we already saw, Mike Johnson and John Thune, I guess, coordinating ways to make sure it never makes it to that coward sumbitch's desk. Do you think they've asked themselves why that they've been commissioned to put their entire careers and lives on the line, and their faces and reputations on the line, to protect him? Do you think they've understood, what am I protecting him from? Cash Patel knows. That's why he's scared shitless. Pam Bondi knows. That's why she's scared out of her ass.